What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Oh, it's Wednesday. Hello? Come. There he go. There's the stinky man. Oh, he's so stinky. Oh, he's a stinky old man. You say hello, everybody. You pet that dog? Yeah, you pet that dog. He loves pets. He loves pets. Yeah, he friendly. He very friendly. Oh, he's so handsome. Thank you. You want a piece of chimkin? Watch how quickly he drops this fucking bear. Up here. Oh, he already did it. He already dropped it. Come here. Oh, God. Yeah. Chimkin. Fucking shit. I almost stuck my fucking hand with him. My God. He's a nasty boy. He's the nastiest boy that ever lived. Why am I always running over my aux cord? Ow! How's everyone on this lovely Wednesday? So today's episode 3.
I got a big butt.
I do.
I got a big butt.
I do. I got it. And I was carrying one when that was recorded. Today is Odious Orations episode 3. It is the first Wednesday of the month, which means it's Odious Orations Day. Must I say it again? I don't think that's necessary. Let's see what the Goyles are up to. All right, Stace, okay. Which one are we starting with?
You want to start with the "My son keeps me locked away in a room"?
Sure.
What a great title.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I'm so excited. Okay. I'm ready. And today, Stacy is doing me a kindness and reading for me. Shall we?
All right. We shall.
Hi, Moon. You're just in time for the spoopy stories.
All right. So this one was just posted 8 days ago. Brand new.
Okay.
Right. My son keeps me locked away in a room. The clock says 6:58. 2 minutes until bedtime. Daniel doesn't like when I'm late for bedtime. My thoughts are all jumbled up today. The medicine makes my head feel like it's stuffed with cotton, like someone shoved wet newspaper into my skull and let it harden there. I can hear Daniel in the kitchen. The clinking of dishes sounds like tiny bones breaking. He made spaghetti tonight. Spaghetti with meatballs. I like the meatballs. I think I've always liked meatballs. Even before the accident. Sometimes it's hard to remember what I liked before. Sometimes I wake up tasting blood and I can't remember why. I should get ready. Daniel doesn't like when I'm not in bed when the clock turns to 7. He says it makes Mr. Jax upset, and nobody wants Mr. Jax upset. I've never met Mr. Jax. Daniel says he comes to our house late at night and checks on things, makes sure everything is safe. Daniel says Mr. Jax knows what's best for us. Daniel says Mr. Jax has plans for me. When Daniel talks about Mr. Jax, his eyes change. They get darker, emptier, like something crawls behind them. The doctors told me I have, what did they call it? Traumatic something. Brain injury from the accident. Sometimes I can think just fine, like now. Other times I can't remember my own name. The words get stuck. The thoughts won't connect right. I get confused about what year it is, what day, where I am. Sometimes I see shadows moving in the corners of my room, shifting, watching, waiting.
Can I just say for a second here that is like it's an ADHD simulator.
The shadows moving?
No, just my brain is made of mush.
Oh my God. Okay. I used to be different. Before the pills, before the accident, I was a teacher, math teacher, high school. I taught algebra and geometry.
Disgusting.
I remember this I remember the smell of chalk and the sound of the bell. I remember Lisa, my wife, and Tommy, my first son, my boy. I remember their smiles, their laughter. I can still hear their screams sometimes, in my dreams, in the walls, when I'm alone. They're gone now.
What?
Their
He's
screams.
in the
Their screams.
goddamn walls.
Wait, was he like in a car
I
accident?
could hear
What
screams.
the fuck? Okay.
Okay. They're gone now. The accident. 2 years? 3? Time is slippery for me now. Daniel, Lisa's son from her first marriage, moved in after. Said he'd take care of me. Said he'd help. I adopted him when he was 12, after I married Lisa. He never called me Dad, though. Always Greg. His voice always cold, clinical, like he was examining a specimen. The lock clicks from outside my bedroom door. 7 p.m. sharp. The sound makes my skin crawl. I hear Daniel's voice through the door, muffled and wrong, like it's coming through water or meat.
Oh God, Jesus!
How
The
does it
visual
sound
on
like it's
that?
coming through
The
meat?
visual, like
Blech.
the only thing I can think of when someone says, sounds like through sound coming
People
through me
often say.
is like someone putting their face into someone's belly and just ah, and the sound that would make.
Don't go
Oh my God.
because it already feels kind of cannibalistic
A
with the
s-
blood thing. And
A
then you said that.
scream reverberating
Oh.
off a belly button. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
You like scream into a bucket of KFC.
Imagine. Or like you get a
Extra crispy
steak.
or original recipe?
Like you get a steak at a restaurant and they come back to ask you, how's it so far? Ah, that's great. Thank you so much for asking. Ah!
Oh, God. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Meat
All right.
scream, go.
Me. Scream. Okay. Good night, Greg. Did you take your evening pills? His voice sounds far away, even though he's just behind the door. Yes, I lie. The little blue and white pills are under my tongue. They taste like chemicals and dread. I'll spit them out later. I don't like how they make me feel. Like I'm underwater. Can't think. Can't remember. On my ceiling, there are terrible things. They crawl upside down. They come in from a crack above the door.
Ugh.
Do they know
Is
Mr.
it a
Jax?
spider?
Is this unchecked schizophrenia? Like, do we need to see a doctor immediately? What's going on? Okay, it's fine.
Good. Mr. Jax will be here soon. He says you need to stay in your room tonight. All night. Don't try to come out, okay? Remember what happened last time. I do remember. Sorta. Things get mixed up sometimes. I got thirsty and tried the door. It was locked. I kept pulling on it. Daniel came. He was crying, but his eyes were dry. Said Mr. Jax was angry. Daniel had a bruise the next day. A perfect handprint wrapped around his throat. Said it was my fault. But I was locked in here all night. How could it be my fault? Okay, Daniel, I'll stay. The words feel thick in my mouth. Hard to talk sometimes, like my tongue belongs to someone else. Sleep well, Greg. Mr. Jax is looking forward to seeing you.
Wait, I thought we were avoiding Mr. Jax. Why is he now saying
He said Mr. Jax has plans for you, right? Or what does it say? Yeah,
think it
Mr.
did.
Jax has plans for me.
okay.
Don't
Okay.
I like?
His footsteps go away. They sound heavier than they should, like someone much larger is walking away. I sit on my bed. I look around. This room is my whole world now. TV, books with big letters, water bottle, bucket for bathroom.
Oh,
I hate that bucket. Hate it.
I hate
But
it
Daniel
too.
says Mr. Jax but Daniel says Mr. Jax doesn't let me use the real bathroom at night.
What's this? Like he's in a fucking third world, like prison. Here, do you have to shit?
I feel like it's better than a third world prison. He's got a TV and books and all of that.
He's
But
shitting in
right.
a bucket, Lexi.
I don't feel like they would give him a bucket in a third world prison.
Maybe not. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Okay.
I apologize for my outburst.
There are scratches on the wall I don't remember making, and stains on the ceiling that look like faces when the light hits them just right.
Oh.
I look at my puzzle book, the one with pictures of animals and words hidden in a grid. Daniel says these are good for my brain, says they'll help me get better. But I think I'm getting worse. Yesterday, all the animals in the book were staring at me, their eyes following me across the room.
Don't like
The
that.
words start to swim on the page. I feel dizzy. The medicine, it's kicking in. The stuff I took this morning makes it hard to focus, makes the shadows in the corner grow longer, darker. But wait, I hear voices from the living room. Daniel's talking to someone. Another voice. Deeper. Older. Raspy like sandpaper on bone. I try to listen. My legs feel wobbly, but I manage to get to the door. Press my ear against it. The wood feels cool. Unnaturally cool. Like it's sucking the warmth from my skin. He's secured for the night? The deep voice must be Mr. Jack's. Sounds wrong. Too deep. Too hollow. Like it's coming from somewhere very dark and very old. Yes, Daniel's voice. Like you said. Good. Has he been behaving? Not really. Tuesday was bad. He kept calling me Tommy. Then he started crying, asking where Lisa was, saying he wanted to see her. He scratched himself until he bled. Said something was under his skin. That's concerning. We might need to adjust his dosage again. The stronger stuff. The one
Time
that
out.
makes him see us as we truly are.
Time out. Does this person just have dementia or Alzheimer's?
Maybe. He was
Because-
in an accident, though.
see you as you truly are.
Well, I mean, your vision does get distorted when you have dementia. It gets seriously distorted. But I think see us as we truly are could be alluding to see us like the people that we actually are instead of people he is associating our face to because his brain is demented.
So we're thinking Mr. Jax is the doctor since he's adjusting dosages.
I mean, maybe, and he's also talking about I mean, there are people that when they suffer from dementia and Alzheimer's, they have to be pretty much locked in their bedroom at night, or they could get out of the house and, wander off. And someone who has dementia or Alzheimer's can't be like, this is my address, Then they just become a John Doe and they're just gone until someone figures out who the fuck this person is. Which is crazy. It's a terrifying thought.
He
Anyway.
did say he has TBI, which is traumatic brain injury.
Right, which could accelerate dementia or Alzheimer's if it's significant
So
enough.
it could be like the same symptoms as dementia without being dementia because it's not age related.
True. Well, did he say how old he is?
No. I don't think so.
But he's got a
Not that I've
grown
seen.
ass son. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
at least 40s.
But he also is hurting. He has things under his skin, which is pretty common symptom of psychosis comes with dementia sometimes, depending on what type of dementia you have. So that could be that could be part of it. I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm speculating. You may continue if you so desire.
Okay. I move away from the door. My heart is going fast. Too fast. Like it's trying to escape my chest. Adjust my dosage? No. No more pills. Last time they changed my medicine, I couldn't wake up. Slept and slept. Couldn't tell if I was dreaming or awake. Saw things standing over my bed, watching me, touching me with hands that felt like wet leather. I go back.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, just think of wet leather just like fucking sliding across your skin.
This author definitely has some good visuals.
Oh, God.
He's giving you
Sandpaper
some
against
visceral
bone.
reactions.
Why do
Ah.
they know what sandpaper against bone sounds like? Why
Just,
would any of us know?
I could have gone my entire life without the phrase wet leather being introduced into my fucking frontal lobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I feel attacked. This author is attacking us specifically.
To you personally.
Yeah.
Every time he says the shadows grow longer, I'm just like, isn't that just the day ending? Like,
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. He also gets put to bed at 7 p.m., which is fucking crazy. Anyway. Sorry, Stacey. The wet leather I had could not. We can't just move on from
leather, dry leather.
You can't just glaze over the phrase "wet leather" in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
That's
can't,
fair.
it
That
can't
is
go
fair.
unchecked.
Okay. I go back to bed, pull the blanket up. It feels safe under here. Through my window, I can see the moon. Full moon. Big and bright. Too bright. Unnatural. The moon helps me sometimes. Helps my thoughts line up right, like puzzle pieces clicking together. But tonight it looks wrong, like it's watching me, judging me. I remember things when the moon is full. Remember Lee's smile. Remember
Werewolf?
Tommy's baseball game. Remember adopting Daniel when he was 12. Remember how he watched me, always watching, never smiling, never calling me dad. I remember the way he'd stand in doorways just watching us eat, the way animals would go quiet when he walked by. I remember the accident, the car going too fast, couldn't stop it. Brakes didn't work. The tree coming closer and closer. Lisa screaming. Tommy in the back seat. The sound of metal folding, of glass breaking, of something laughing.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why? What the fuck? Okay, sorry. Just the mental image of getting in a huge car wreck and just hearing someone like, like off to the side is like, oh, okay. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
I remember the hospital, the police officer, young guy with kind eyes. He said the brake lines were cut. Someone cut them, but they didn't know who. I remember how uncomfortable he looked when Daniel visited, how he wouldn't meet Daniel's eyes. I remember Daniel coming to live with me after the funeral. I was still in a wheelchair then, head all banged up. He said he'd take care of me. Said Mr. Jacks would help us both. I remember how cold his hands were when he touched me, like he'd been keeping them in ice water. Mr. Jacks, the grief counselor, that's what Daniel said. But I've never seen him, never signed papers, never had therapy. And why? Why does he only come at night? Why do the lights flicker when his name is mentioned? Why do I sometimes hear him moving in the attic during the day when Daniel says he's only come at night?
Oh, is Mr. Jacks a fucking rat? Okay, sorry.
There's laughing from the living room. Maybe he's a rat. He's a big fat rat.
I'm so upset. Okay, go ahead.
There's laughing from the living room. TV sounds, explosions, gunfire, but underneath it, something else. A wet, slithering sound, like something huge dragging itself across the floor. I think I fell asleep. My eyes open. Room is dark, just moonlight. Clock says 2:17. What woke me up? A sound from outside my door. Scratching sound, like claws on wood. Footsteps, heavy, uneven footsteps. I try not to breathe too loud. The doorknob moves, turns, but the lock stops it. Something pushes against the door. Something heavy. The wood creaks, bending inward slightly. He's sleeping? Mr. Jax's voice, just outside my door. It doesn't sound human up close. Too deep, too hollow, like it's coming from the bottom of a well filled with mud and teeth.
Why? Why? Why does it have teeth? What do you mean? Why would you...
Cosplay from Dune. I don't know.
Why would you add teeth to a well? What the fuck is that? Oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh, oh god.
You okay?
Why does it have teeth?
Sound like off of teeth.
Oh, God.
Who throws
Okay.
teeth into a well? I'm so upset. Okay, go ahead.
The tooth fairy.
Nope, my dog's barking.
It's okay, I
Just
can't
give her-
hear.
Okay. He's sleeping. Should be. The risperidone and lorazepam knock him out pretty good.
Now I hear
Daniel
her.
Daniel sounds tired. Afraid. Good. I brought the papers. Once we get him declared legally incompetent, we can access the insurance money. The house, too. Insurance money? My
Elderly
brain
abuse.
feels foggy. My brain feels foggy, but something about this feels important. Wrong. How much longer will this take? Daniel asks. His voice trembles. Not long now. His condition is getting worse, just as we planned. Those pills I gave you are working perfectly. The brain damage from the accident gives us a good cover, but these medications will make him a complete vegetable soon. And then he's mine. All mine. My stomach hurts. Pills? They're making me worse on purpose? And what does he mean, I'll be his? I don't know. Sometimes he's okay. Like today, he remembered it was Friday, spaghetti night, without me reminding him. There's a sound. Wet. Meaty. Like someone got hit with something heavy. Then something strange happens. I hear shuffling, and Daniel's voice changes, gets deeper, becomes Mr. Jax's voice. Don't get soft now, the deeper voice says. It echoes strangely, like it's coming from everywhere and nowhere. Then normal Daniel voice, whimpering, "No, sir." My brain is slow, but this is important. That second voice, it came from Daniel, not from someone else. There is no Mr. Jax. It's Daniel. Just Daniel, talking to himself, making a different voice. But then, who made that scratching sound? Who pushed against the door? Why does the house creak at night like something huge is moving through it? The medicine fog tries to pull me under, but I fight it. Fight to understand. More shuffling sounds. Then Daniel, normal voice, strained and fearful. I'll increase his dosage tomorrow. Then deeper voice, but different now. Wetter, with a gurgling quality that makes my skin crawl. Good. I want him completely helpless by next week. Just a drooling idiot who can't even feed himself. Ready for the transition. The words hurt, make me want to cry, but I hold it in. What transition? What's going to happen to me? Footsteps go away down the hall, but they don't sound right. Too many of them. Like 3 or 4 people walking in perfect sync. My hands shake. Can't make them stop. The pills. Blue ones, white ones, yellow ones. Daniel gives them to me. Morning, noon, night. They make my brain slow. Make me forget things. Make me stupid. Make me see things that hide in the dark. The things with too many eyes and not enough skin. No, I don't. I see them when I don't take the pills. They're real. I know it. I think they're hiding from me. Mr. Jax. Who is he? We all know him. I think so. He's here at the house. I look at my water bottle. Did he put more medicine in there? Probably. The water looks wrong. Too thick. Too dark. Daniel isn't helping me. He's hurting me. Making me sick. And there's no Mr. Jax. Just Daniel talking to himself. Like he has 2 people inside him. Or something inside him. Wearing him like a costume. I try to get out of bed. My legs are wobbly, like walking on jello. I make it to the window, look out. Too high up. Second floor. Can't jump. And something moves in the yard. Something big that shouldn't be there. Something that looks up at me with eyes that reflect the moonlight like mirrors. Door is locked from outside. I'm stuck here until 7 a.m. when Daniel brings breakfast and more pills. More things to make me forget, to make me compliant, to prepare me. The moonlight helps me think, helps me remember. I remember the insurance. Big policy on Lisa and Tommy. Got money when they died, and there's more money if I die. The mortgage insurance, my retirement money from teaching, my pension. Daniel can get it all if I'm declared incompetent, if I can't take care of myself. A thought comes, clear as a bell. Did Daniel cut the brake lines? Did he kill Lisa and Tommy on purpose? Was it part of his plan? First them, now me? I look around my room. Not a bedroom, a cell, a cage. Place of preparation. I have until morning to figure something out. My brain still works sometimes, when the medicine wears off, when the moon is bright. Because now I know part of the truth about Mr. Jax. He's not real. He's a voice in Daniel's head. Or maybe Mr. Jax is real. I know there's something else here too. Something that comes in the night. Something Daniel is afraid of. Something he's working for. Something that wants me. My tongue feels the pills I hid there. I spit them into my hand. Hold them tight. I notice something on the wall I didn't see before. Scratched into the paint with fingernails. Words in Lisa's handwriting. He's not Daniel anymore. When 7 a.m. comes, I'll be ready. I might be damaged. I might be slow. But I'm not stupid. But I wonder, what do I need to do to get Mr. Jax to let me leave? Mr. Jax. He is it. The one who scratches at my door at night, the one who makes the house groan, the one who waits in the dark with patience that feels ancient and hungry. Not anymore. I can stand up to Mr. Jax. And then a small update says it's nearly 7 a.m. I can hear movement outside my door. Footsteps. Too many footsteps for one person. I've been up all night. Found more writing hidden in this room. Under the carpet, behind the dresser. Lisa and Tommy were trying to warn me. Daniel isn't Daniel. Hasn't been for years. Something else wears him now. Something old. Something patient. Something that's been collecting our family one by one. My son Tommy left behind a drawing of Mr. Jax. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. The door is opening now. Time to find out what Mr. Jax really looks like. That is all that is written as of yet.
Oh, this is a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, It's just been like 8 days.
Oh, I'm gonna star that fucking shit. Done.
Don't I?
Ooh! What the fuck is Mr. Jax? Oh, I can't wait for them to update it. What do people say in the comments?
Oh!
This is incredibly chilling. It sounds like Daniel might be suffering from a severe mental illness or possession. If you can't... I love how... So the thing with, like, no sleep thing on Reddit, one of their rules is that you have to read it as if it's, like, happening to you in the moment. Like, you have to write it as if it's happening to you in the moment. So people will answer it like they're trying to help the main character in the comments. It's actually almost like an ARG in a way, the way they do things there. I love this subreddit. It's so good. Granted, there are some real fucking duds on this page. Some extreme duds. But most of them are pretty fucking good. This one looks like it might be great. If I have to hear about his meds making him slow and stupid again, I'm going to be upset. Because that was a lot.
One thing that really bothered me, like, that he put his meds under his tongue, and then I guess he went to sleep with them still there.
Yeah, and he's like, the meds are starting to work. And it's like, wait, didn't you say you were going to spit him out? What?
Yeah, dude, it's like 5 hours later. Those meds aren't meds under your
No,
tongue anymore.
no.
They're in your system.
They're in your system and a part of you.
They have fully dissolved.
Yeah. I mean,
How you
besides
keep them
those
under your
little
tongue that long without throwing up? Because they taste very bad.
horrible lorazepam, like medicine like that, really strong medicine like that, tastes like shit. 911 transcripts. The Peekaboo Killer. Initial 911 call time. I'm already fucking it up. Initial 911 call came in at 10:57 p.m. on the 11th of December 2020.
All right. For the purpose of this, I am the dispatcher. 911, what is the nature of your emergency?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's an emergency, but could you please send someone?
Do you need police or is this a medical emergency?
Could you send an officer out? I mean, I don't know. It might just be some kids messing around or something, but the caller goes quiet for a few seconds.
Hello?
I'd feel better if someone came out to check.
What is your address?
1056 redacted.
And what is your name?
I'm Aaron Feller.
Okay, Aaron, I have officers on the way. What's going on?
Well, I was calling my dog in from the backyard, and she was growling at something out there. I couldn't see it, though. I finally got her to come inside, and the second I closed the door and locked it, something smacked against the glass window. Not hard enough to break it, but it was hard enough to rattle the door.
What time was
Like
this?
that.
About 5 minutes ago?
Were you able to see anyone?
No, there's blinds on my back door, and they were down. But I heard the knob jiggling a few times before I called you.
Caller tries to quiet her dog, who can be heard growling.
I like that I'm the only one without a dog. So, I yelled that I was calling the police and the noises stopped, but like I said, it could be some kids. I don't know.
Okay, have you heard any other noises since then?
No, it's just the door. But my dog's still growling.
Okay, I have an officer en route to you, Aaron. Are the doors and windows locked?
Yes, they're locked.
All right, an officer should be out to you shortly. Stay inside and keep the doors locked until the officer arrives, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Call ended. Officer Collier was dispatched to the location. He saw no signs of any persons around the property. He did note that the dog was still anxious and growling at the back door. He advised Miss Feller to keep her doors locked and call if she should see or hear anything else. 911 call came in at 1:27 a.m., the 12th of December, 2020.
911, what is your emergency?
It's me again. Can you send an officer back out, please?
Caller is in obvious distress and breathing rapidly.
Is this for your address?
Yes, someone was just looking through my front window. Can you send someone, please?
Ooh, shoot him in the face!
Stand your ground.
Saturday says, this is where we get the handy dandy Louisville Slugger. No, Saturday, this is where we get our fucking pump action Mossberg and break a window with the buckshot.
This is where Lexi gets back under the covers and forgets it happens.
What'd I say? Louisville Slugger?
Louisville?
I didn't say
I don't know.
Louisville. Louisville
I said
Slugger.
Louisville.
I might have said Louisville.
Who knows?
Louisville? Oh, Jesus fuck. My apologies, Saturday. I thought I said Louisville. It's not entirely, it's been known to happen that I'm an idiot, so sounds like something I would say. But I still say Mossberg. I stand by my stand my ground doctrine. Okay? All right.
Okay. Dispatcher. I have an officer en route to you. You said you saw someone looking through your window?
Yes. I was in bed, but Ginger, my dog, ran to the door, growling. I pulled up the blinds a bit, but I didn't see anything at first. Then I saw a face pop up, but like just the top of their head and eyes, like they were playing peekaboo or something. I screamed, and Ginger started barking and going nuts, and the person popped down out of my view again.
Breathing is erratic.
How long ago was this?
A few minutes ago, they popped up again just before I called you, but they went back down under the window. I'm in my bedroom now.
Did you recognize the person, ma'am?
No, I only saw the eyes on the top of their head, but they looked, I don't know, like a mime or something?
Ow!
A mime?
Oh no!
Yes, white makeup on their face and head. It was really disturbing.
Okay, I want you to stay on the phone with me until the officer arrives. Just stay in your room until you hear them.
Okay.
Does your bedroom door have a lock?
Yes, it's locked.
Dispatch stayed on the phone with Miss Feller until officers arrived. Officers arrived and announced themselves 11 minutes later, and the call was themselves. 11 minutes later, and the call was terminated. Officer Copeland and Lori arrived on scene to find Aaron Feller in great distress. Miss Feller claimed to have seen a I'm sorry, that's a wild fucking sentence. Miss Feller. I got this.
You can do it. You can do it.
Miss Feller claimed to have seen a mime at her door. Officers noted that Miss Feller did not seem to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Miss Feller seemed anxious but lucid. Miss Feller pointed out to the officers where she'd seen the suspect peering through her window. The glass had no visible marks on it other than a smear of white paint. What the fuck? Officers were able to see 2 impressions in the dirt just underneath the windowsill outside the laundry room. Officers stated the impressions looked as if someone had been standing barefoot on the tips of their toes. Officers checked the area and the field surrounding the home and found a trail of footprints leading away from the home to the woods behind Mrs. Feller's home. When followed, the footprints seemed to be erratic and moving around in a zigzag pattern. The prints stopped abruptly at a large tree, but there were no signs of any persons in the tree. The footprints looked to be made by someone who was barefoot and walking solely on their toes. The fuck? Officers checked the woods but found nothing of note. Officers spoke with the closest neighbors a half a mile down the road. The neighbors stated they hadn't heard or seen anything out of the ordinary. Officers reminded Miss Feller to keep her doors locked and advised her to call back if the person or persons returned.
Okay, regardless, if I saw a mime at my house at 1 a.m., I'm gonna call the police.
I'm shooting it. Why the fuck is a mime at my house? What? Who? Hello? Unless I'm in like a park in public, and even then, don't fucking come near me. You're terrifying. Okay. 911 call came in at 3:41 a.m. on the 12th of December, 2020.
911, what is your emergency?
I need the police now!
Caller is in obvious distress. The sound of her dog can be heard barking in the background.
Is this for 1056 redacted?
Yes, I just saw the person looking at my bedroom window. I was asleep and I heard tapping at my window, and I looked up and the face was pressed against the glass. How long before the police could get here?
Caller can be heard breathing rapidly and sounds as if she is moving around the house.
I have officers en route to you now, Miss Feller. Can you lock yourself in your bedroom?
No. 1 second. Moved? Okay. It was still tapping on the glass when I left. It keeps smiling at me. I'm upstairs in my office. It has a lock.
Caller tries to calm her dog.
Okay, Erin.
It was smiling at me. Like a mouthing words or something, but I don't know what. They didn't have eyelids.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Why the
Yeah, I'm going in a room with the windows. going in a room with no windows.
Why don't they
For
have
sure.
eyelids? Why would they not have eyelids? That is so distressing. Okay. Caller whimpers.
Okay, Aaron, just stay calm. Officers are not far from you.
I don't understand why.
Caller goes quiet, and the sound of her dog growling can be heard.
Are you there?
Whispering.
I heard something. I think they're in the house.
You can stay quiet if you need to. I'm still on the line.
It sounds like. Wait.
A muffled metallic sound can be heard, followed by a scream and barking.
Oh my god!
Caller screams and sounds to be running. A door slams.
Ginger, come here!
Aaron, are you all
Sobbing.
right? Can you tell me what's happening?
A full minute passes with no response to dispatcher's questions. Caller can be heard trying to calm her dog.
Aaron,
I'm in. Hello?
I'm here.
I'm in the downstairs bathroom. Where are the police?
Caller is out of breath.
They're 4 minutes out, Aaron. They're doing their best to get to you as fast as they can. Just try and remain calm. You're doing great.
It got inside the fucking vent. God.
Aaron, did you say the person was inside your vents? Can you clarify what you mean?
Caller is speaking quietly.
Like the fucking vent the heat comes out of. I heard something moving, and it was there, and I bent, and I flipped open the vent, and I saw the white face staring out.
Caller sounds to be hyperventilating.
Yeah, I would too. I would fucking too.
I would leave. It's in my vents. I have time to get the fuck out. It's in the vents. Let it be in the vents. I am vacating the premises. Goodbye. Good luck.
This is some we all float down here stuff.
Oh.
No. No, I would not be in the house anymore. No.
And I would strike a match as I walked out. No way. No way.
How far away was
No
my
way.
neighbor's house?
Like 4 minutes, I think. Yeah, 4 minutes they were. Okay. Dispatcher, how big are your air vents, Aaron?
She lives like in an
The
industrial
standard size.
complex.
I don't know. Like 6 inches or so? Not big enough for a fucking person to crawl through, but they did! They did!
Okay, take a deep breath. Officers are less than 2 minutes out.
Oh my god, why is it taking so long?
Just keep the door locked and...
I think
Caller goes quiet, whispering.
I hear it moving around in the vents.
Ow! Unintelligible.
Tapping on it!
It's okay to remain quiet. I'm here. Do you have anything you can use as a weapon?
Whispering.
I have a towel bar.
Crying. This is why you have a Mossberg. Sorry, go ahead.
In your bathroom, though?
Take it with you. Screams.
Oh my god! It's poking its fingers through!
Ooh. Ooh. Fuck. Okay. Door slams, followed by screams and high-pitched laughter. Caller sounds to be running. Laughing grows louder, almost mechanical in nature. Call ends. Officer McQuarrie and Pape, that's an interesting last name, arrived on scene approximately 56 seconds later. The front door was open prior to their arrival, and there were obvious signs of a struggle throughout the home. Officers called out to Miss Feller, but did not get a response. Officer Pape found the dog in the downstairs laundry room, staring into the air vent and whimpering. The dog had obvious cuts and scrapes around its snout and paws from attempting to enter the air vent. This is the saddest thing I've ever fucking heard. Traces of white makeup were found on most of the windows in the home on the inside of the glass. After a thorough investigation, officers collected blood and hair samples from inside 4 of the vents throughout the home, along with fingernails that were embedded in one of the grates. More traces of white... Oh, God. More traces of white paint were found inside all of the vents in the home. Hair samples match the hair length and color of Miss Fellers. It is noted that all of the vents in the home were measured at 6 inches by 10 inches, much too small for a person to move through or even fit inside. To date, Miss Feller is still missing, and there is a reward for any information leading to her whereabouts. Watch me break them fingies.
Oh, they got me with the fingernails thing. That's like the most.
Yeah.
I can't even. When you see that kind of thing in like movies and TV shows where people are like scratching their fingernails down wood and they break.
It shows like it's a sign of like extreme desperation, you know?
Right? You know the best way to torture me? Fingernails.
Oof.
I'll
Look at
tell you
this-
anything you want to know.
This comment.
Anything.
I shouldn't have read this. I shouldn't have read this. I shouldn't have read this. Oh, that's crazy, dog. Oh, God. What the fuck?
That was terrible. I hated all of that.
It doesn't have eyelids, dog. Fuck you mean?
Oh,
At least,
Don't have eyelids.
at least they didn't call it wet leather.
so this one's from 13 years ago.
13 years ago. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. All right. First, I need to apologize to you, No Sleep. I am so sorry. I'm coming to you in my time of need. Please help me. Please read this to the end. That's it. That's all I ask. I don't know what to do or where to turn. Please just help me. That's all I ask. My name is Andrea, and I'm a single mother. I don't tell you this like it's some badge of honor, and I'm expecting cookies, milk, and chocolate-covered snowflakes like most of the others in my social circle would. They want your pats on the back and recognition. I just want some of your time. I see motherhood as a burden. Necessary, yes, but still a burden.
Oh, fuck?
My son's name is Jesse. He's 11. That's 5th grade for you math haters. Jesse started the 5th grade this year like any other kid would. There was a little bit of trepidation and lots of excitement. He was a happy-go-lucky sort of kid, full of life and energy. All that changed after he met Stan on Tuesday. Stan was a late addition to Jesse's class, a transfer student from another district. Jesse's teacher sat Stan next to Jesse. When I picked up Jesse after school on Tuesday, he told me that Stan was his new best friend. He wasn't acting like himself, though. He was pale and sweaty. I took his temperature, but he wasn't running a fever. I asked about his day, and all he would tell me was that Stan was his new best friend. Stan's my new best friend, Jesse would say. I know. I can't wait to meet him, I'd say. Mom, Stan is great. You should meet him. He's my new best friend. The best in the world.
Okay,
We must
so
have had the same...
as a parent,
Hmm?
I don't have children, so I have no compass in this. As a mother, if your child was talking like that frequently about another kid in school, would that raise alarm bells in your brain, or would you be like, okay, great? Or like, is that just something kids do where they like hyperfixate? Ask for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typically ask the teacher, I'll be like, Emmett says his best friend is this person. Is this person real?
See, I
have
can't
asked
do that.
before.
Like, my daughter, she has a new best friend like every other week because she's still...
She's a
only
girl.
eight.
She's a little
yeah,
lady.
And she's 8.
Yeah.
But the kids change so much so quickly when they're young
Yeah.
that, you know, day to day their personality could be different. Not dramatically so. Like, you would notice if it was off in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, from day to day they could hyperfixate on something and then 2 days later be like, what? I don't even
What
like
are you
that.
talking about? What even is that?
So,
This kid is new.
yeah.
Then like a lot of the kids are gonna be like, ooh, new person.
Ooh, shiny.
Also, does anyone else think Stan is a vampire?
It also depends a lot too on like how many friends did the kid have to begin with? You know, like
Yeah.
if this is their first like, oh my god, somebody actually wants to be my friend,
Someone who is not my parents that likes me.
right? So it could be that kind of situation.
Saturday
Baby's first
says
vampire.
Baby's first vampire. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. Saturday
Wait,
said she sounds like a pick-me. I'm not like those other single moms. What are you gonna say, Lexi?
Right?
Wrecker hit me with the hose.
Ha, 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 ha.
Here, I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
hear.
Yeah.
I bet you redeemed. That works too. Hell yeah.
Remember when I said that I got my CT scan for when I had kidney stones, and they said my stones look like my kidneys look like they have glitter, and you're like, these are the kidneys of a killer, Bella.
Oh my god.
It was so fast too. You said it so fast. It took me a second for my brain to even catch up. I was like, wait, what?
Sometimes I can be quick with the wit.
Okay, we ready?
All right, yeah. He's my new best friend. Okay. We must have had the same conversation 1,000 times that night. When I tucked Jesse in bed, he looked up at me with tears in his eyes. He put his little hand in front of his face and wiggled his index finger, telling me to come closer.
Ugh, children.
Ugh. Yeah. I bent over him, and he put his hands to either side of his mouth. You know, the little kid way of telling a secret. But I turned my head, and he whispered something into my ear that chilled me. At the time, I didn't know why it chilled me, but it did. He whispered, "You believe me, right, Mom?"
Ugh.
I sat back
I
up.
will slap you to sleep. Go to sleep, Jesse. What the fuck?
Thank you. I do. I sat back up and looked down at him. "Believe you about what, honey?" "Stan," he said. "Stan's my best friend." I nodded and took his temperature once more. Again, he wasn't running a fever. I went to bed, but couldn't really sleep that night. On Wednesday, when I pulled up to school to drop Jesse off, he got this really weird look on his face and told me that he didn't want to go in. "Are you feeling sick?" "No," he said. He was chewing on his bottom lip like crazy. This was something else I'd never seen him do. "No, I need to go to school." He opened the car door and got out. No goodbye, no I love you, nothing. He trudged up the front steps of the school with his head down. I let off the brake and turned away to drive to work. A little boy was standing right in front of my car. 2 more seconds and I would have run him over. The boy was pale, with a mop of blonde hair that was almost white and bright blue eyes. He knocked on the hood of my car twice, waved once, and walked up the stairs to school. Ugh. When I picked, right, it's like the knock on the car, like
Why?
I could just picture him being like, and then like the finger guns, like, hey.
At least I know he's a physical child at this point.
Right? Not
Absolutely not. Floor it. Absolutely not. Make that child a fucking hood ornament. Fuck you mean?
Was
Like-
the sun out though? Is he a vampire?
It's cool.
Okay, so Lexi thinks he's a vampire, clearly.
He's a 12-year-old vampire?
Yeah.
It could be.
It
Yeah.
could happen.
I mean, what's that one movie where the little girl's a vampire? Let Me In or something like that?
I don't watch scary things. I don't know.
I don't
Most
watch
recently there
scary
was
things.
Abigail. That's most recently.
No, it was called like Let Me In, where it was a little girl who is a vampire, and she basically starts grooming this other kid to be like her best friend, so they can be her caretaker because her previous caretaker is dying. Yes, that one was called the one where the adopted girl Orphan. Is that what it was called?
Yes. They did like a made-for-TV movie of that kind of thing too on Hulu.
Yeah, they did like Orphan too,
Grey's
and I
Anatomy.
was like, I'm all set with that. I don't need to see the second one. I'm all set.
right. Knocked on my car and walked up to the school. Okay. When I picked Jesse up after school on Wednesday, he looked a lot better. He was a tiny bit paler than normal, but he seemed happy. He told me all about his day. He told me about dinosaurs and music and math, and then he told me about recess. And then after math period, we had recess. Mom, you'll never guess what I did today at recess. That feels like every conversation I've ever had with my kids.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Mom, you'll never guess what I did at recess. I got my blood sucked by a stan.
It's true. I know it.
Oh, God. Okay. Tell me, I said, smiling to myself as I'm driving. I'm thinking tag, football, keep away, all the things I remember the boys doing at recess when I was that age. Something benign, something normal.
Saturday
I joined
says,
a church.
Hold on. Saturday says, Stan taught me how to rob people at gunpoint.
No, it's worse than that.
That was so good. It's worse than that. Wait, I didn't hear what you said because I was laughing at. Read that part again.
I joined a church.
Ew!
Joined a church at recess.
Disgusting.
I frowned at this. A church? At recess? Jessie nodded. The Church of Stan.
Satan?
Stan.
Satan.
Stan?
Stan. Short for Satine.
Damn. Damn.
Oh, God,
thought
Stan's a Scientologist.
Satan.
Oh, no.
Maybe he said, hello, my name is Stan. And he's like, Stan. Yes.
Stan. You sound like a Stan to me. I am 11.
Stan.
Oh,
Okay. Church of
I thought
Satan.
that
Got it.
Church
Does
of Stan.
this child have a lisp? Maybe it is Satan. Maybe he just lisps.
My name is Stan.
They don't, lists don't remove vowels.
Oh my God. Okay. I thought it must be some sort of new make-believe game that the kids were playing. What's the Church of Stan? I asked. It's Stan's church, Mom.
Duh.
Jessie laughed like I was the silliest person in the world for asking that question.
Fucking idiot, Mom. God.
Oh.
Also valid.
What do you guys do, though? You know, as members. I
Rob
asked.
people at gunpoint. We've been over
Lots
this.
of stuff. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. Today, though, we just listened to Stan talk. That sounds like church. He was saying some funny words, and I got sleepy and dozed off. A bunch of us did. I pulled into the driveway at home, and we got out. Was that it? I asked. Things sounded weird for sure, but the kids didn't seem to be doing anything wrong. Stan gave us flyers, too. Jessie pulled out a crinkled-up piece of paper and handed it to me. It was a piece of manila paper with 3 words written in black marker. Church of Stan. Again, weird, but nothing wrong. I just thought the boys were playing make-believe. I was wrong. When I picked Jessie up after school yesterday, I could tell that something was very wrong with my little boy. He looked panicked and scared. What's going on, honey? I asked, reaching out to feel his forehead. No fever. We played the soul game today.
Oh.
He said.
Red rum. Red rum. Red rum. Same vibes.
Jesse's head was on a swivel. He couldn't sit still. He kept looking at all around as we headed home. The soul game? I asked. Jesse just nodded and kept trying to look everywhere at once. Beads of sweat dotted his upper lip. What's the soul game? I asked. Jesse shook his head no and said nothing. Jesse, what's the soul game? I asked. I told him I didn't want to, but he said he wouldn't be my friend anymore if I didn't play. Who wouldn't be your friend? Where were the teachers? Jesse started breathing harder, but still answered. It happened in the church, he said. Then he whispered, Teachers aren't allowed in the church. The Church of Stan? I asked. Jesse nodded, and a tear slipped down his cheek. What's the soul game, Jesse? I'm your mother. Tell me right now, and I'll take care of everything, I said. I can't tell you, Mom. I can't. The rules are bad. They're so bad.
Oh, police. Now. Police, right? Superintendent of the school board. Everyone's gonna know. I'm about to blow Stan's life up. Hello? Are you kidding me? That's horrifying. Sorry, go ahead.
What about Stan? I asked. Will Stan tell me the rules? No! Jesse screamed this and scared me half to death. Don't ask him to tell you the rules. Please don't, Mom. Please. I pulled into my driveway and scared and confused. Promise me, Mom. Promise me, promise me, promise me, please. Jesse was bawling now, terrified. I took him into my arms and rocked him. I hadn't rocked him like that since he'd been in kindergarten. He fell asleep in my arms and I carried him inside. I took him straight to his room and got him ready for bed. He just needs sleep, I kept telling myself. All he needs is sleep. I put him to bed and ate dinner alone. I checked up on him around 9 when I went to bed. He seemed to be sleeping well, so I decided to go to sleep. I woke up to him screaming at the top of his lungs 18 minutes after midnight last night. I ran to his room, but he wasn't in his bed. I turned on the light, and Jesse came flying out of the closet like something was chasing him. He latched onto my leg and kept screaming. I tried to calm him down and ask what was wrong at the same time. He wasn't making any sense. He kept screaming about the soul game. It was impossible. I kept asking what that was, but he wouldn't tell me. I tried to put him back to bed, but he would have none of it. Finally, I just took him to my room, and he slept in my bed. Jesse fell right to sleep. I was lying on my side, watching him, stroking his hair, when his eyes popped open, and he stared right into mine. I'll tell you the rules tomorrow after school, lady, he said. Then he closed his eyes.
Lady?
What was going on? What was going on with my kid? In the darkness, I stared at the ceiling for a long time before rolling over to my side and staring into the bathroom. You know how when you're on the edge of sleep, sometimes your leg will kick and jerk you awake? Or you'll imagine you're falling, or that you've just tripped over something and get jerked awake?
Hate that.
That happened to me all last night. Only I kept being ripped from sleep by seeing something in the doorway to the bathroom. Every time my eyes would start to slip shut, I'd see the dark outline of something large in the doorway and jerk awake. Of course nothing would be there, and I would start falling asleep again. The outline would appear in the doorway once more, but it would be closer to me, like it had taken a baby step.
Oh.
Over and over this happened until morning. The morning on the way to school, Jesse seemed out of it, lethargic.
Wait a second. You're sending your kid back to school after his behavior? What? You're gonna take your kid back? I would not, under any absolutely fucking not. I would not take my child back to school the next day. I don't know if I'd take him back to that school again. Unless Stan and whatever the fuck was going on during recess, whatever cult rituals are going on in the fucking Fisher-Price fucking playhouse by the tire swing, until that shit's sorted out, my son's not going back to school. Are you kidding me? Sorry, please.
I could say I probably wouldn't take. I would take them back to school, but it'd be like, all right, I'm parking the car, I'm walking in with you, and when you're going into your classroom, I'm pulling your teacher out to talk.
I'm having a conversation with an adult.
What's going on?
Hey, so my kid, by the way, came home from school and had a nervous goddamn breakdown and was hiding in his closet, which historically is the scariest place for a kid at night.
Yeah.
A kid willfully going into a closet at night? Out of your fucking mind. Ain't no fucking way.
Yeah. All right. This morning on the way to school, Jesse seemed out of it. Lethargic. I felt the same way. I was even more exhausted. I thought of asking Jesse about what he'd said right before he fell asleep, but couldn't. I was afraid it would send him into hysterics again, so I left it alone. I drove him to school, and he didn't say a word the whole time. He was acting like a robot, listless, unemotional. I got a call shortly after dropping him off to come pick him back up. He'd vomited in class.
See,
when I picked him
up, what the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
But is he still gonna tell her after school, lady?
I know it's difficult for a single mom because, you know, she might be a blue-collar worker that works for an hourly wage. I get it. I understand that. America has a horrific system for single parents. But the fuck? Why the fuck are you what are we doing here? This is actually fucking crazy. I'm so mad at the mom right now. I can't even breathe. Okay. Puked in class. Got it.
This is
When I
also
picked him up-
13 years ago when giving your kids a mental health day was not a
Well,
normal practice.
it's not even a mental health day at that point. Something serious is going on. Like, her kid didn't come up to her and be like, I'm having a sad day. And then, like,
Right?
she has to be like, okay, we got to buck up here and get to school, you know? You'll feel
Walk
better.
it off, champ.
You'll feel better when you get to school. Mommy's got to go to work. We all have days when we're sad. We compartmentalize it like every other capitalist nation, okay? Figure it the fuck out, Jesse. Mom has to go to fucking work. But this shit, this is crazy. I would have taken him to the emergency room. I'm like, something broke in his brain. Help. I don't know what to do. He is 11. Can we fix this before he turns 12? I'm sorry. Go ahead. He vomited in class.
When I picked him up, he was the same. I asked him several questions, but he only gave me grunts in response. The plan at home was to get him changed out of his dirty clothes and then take him to the doctor. He didn't say anything until we pulled into the driveway. Can Stan come over today? He asked. He stared out the windshield at the garage door. You're not feeling well, honey, and do you really want him to come over? I asked. I want to meet this kid, but it didn't sound like Jessie wanted him over. I, however, wanted to get to the bottom of things.
Stupid. This woman
Yeah.
is
Like,
so
no.
fucking stupid. This woman is so... What are you fucking... Who framed... What is this? Who framed Roger Rabbit? Why the fuck do you have to do the detective work?
Right? One of my kids comes
the
home...
autonomy.
Yeah, if one of my kids comes home from school sick, they don't get visitors. They're on the couch.
And
Like,
not
I don't
just
care
that.
what...
The person who is, like, supposedly causing this sudden mental breakdown in my child. Yeah, let's have that kid come over. No,
Yeah, right?
I don't need to call
She wants to get
Stan's
to the bottom of
parents.
things.
No, I don't need to call Stan's parents. We live in the same universe as Stranger Things, where adults are feckless and ineffective with everything they fucking do. But yeah, cool. Stan's coming over. What's up? I'm so angry with her. I'm so mad. Ugh.
All right, do you really want him to come over, I asked. Yes, Jessie said. Okay, I said. Do you have his parents' number? He already asked his parents, and they said it was okay. We have to wait until he's out of class, and I'd still like to talk to his parents. Okay. Jessie got out of the car, and we walked into the house. You have their number? I asked as he shut the door. No, he said. I started to ask him how I was supposed to call them if I didn't have their number, but someone knocked on the door. I was still standing right next to it. I opened the door, and standing on my front step was the pale little boy with the blue eyes and the mop of white blonde hair that I'd almost run over on Wednesday. A little girl stood next to him with the same complexion. Yes? I asked. Hi, Driz, the little boy said.
Who the
Is
fuck
Jessie
are you
home?
talking to, young man?
Hmm?
Who the fuck are you talking to, young man? Hey, you're fucking 11. What are you gonna be like? Sup?
I'm
Can you
sorry,
imagine?
it's the middle of the school day and two children show up on your step.
And they
Question
both look
mark?
sickly. And
Calling
one
the
of them,
police.
and one of them's like, "Sup, dog? How like throwing up daps and shit?
How
What
you
the
doing?
fuck are you talking? Get off my steps, you children of the corn, motherfucker!"
He turned the other girl into a vampire. That is the soul game.
You good?
No,
Okay.
but I shall soldier on.
All right. Hi, Driz, the little boy said. Is Jessie home? The little boy standing on my front porch shouldn't have known that name. It was my nickname from college, created on a drunken night amongst my girlfriends, shortened from Drizzy. No, I said. That's fine, the little girl said. My name is Devin, and you already know my brother's name. Stan? I said. The little girl covered her mouth and giggled. Stan smiled and shrugged. It's really quite simple. Rule 1. Don't walk past mirrors in the dark. Rule 2. Don't leave any doors open when you go to bed tonight. Ask your son what Rule 3 is, and remember, a creak means you're falling behind. A rustle means you've almost lost. When the lights go down, hopefully you won't see the dark shadow standing in the corner of the room. Hopefully you won't hear it breathing as your eyes shut and you begin to drift off. And if you hear a bang, well, hopefully you never hear a bang.
I'm grabbing
Stan
this
turned-
child by the scruff of his fucking neck. I'm putting this child in a sleeper chokehold, and we're gonna figure out what the fuck is. Who are you? What?
Stan turned and walked away with his sister. I stared after them both and shook my head. I wouldn't play their stupid game. I walked into the house and found Jesse sitting at the kitchen table, crying. "What's wrong?" I asked. "I heard a bang," he whispered. My mouth went dry. "When does the game end?" I asked. "It doesn't," he whispered. "It never ends." My heart started beating faster. "What's the third rule, Jesse?" His face fell, and he sucked in a deep breath. Rule 3. Knowing all 3 rules makes you a player. My stomach dropped. What happens if you lose? When it's dark, you'll hear them coming. They like to let you know when they're getting close. "Who?" "Dan and Devin," Jesse said. "They'll reach out through the mirrors or open doorways and drag you through." "How do you win?" I asked. "You win if you tell more people the rules to the soul game than the person that told you does." Like I said, no sleep. I'm so sorry. But thanks for helping. Really. I'm going to enjoy my newfound freedom, and I hope that you enjoy your night. Give Stan and Devin my best.
Ooh, so rude.
Driz is a bitch.
So incredibly rude.
She fucking smarted us.
Yeah, right?
She
Very
7
ring
dayed
vibe.
us. She 7 dayed us. Ow!
It reminds me a lot of those emails of like forward this to 5 people.
Yeah,
or
those
you-
old school chain.
Yeah.
Or you'll have the worst luck of your life. Mwahaha! Dude, fuck Driz. Fuck Drizzy and her fucking glizzies. I don't fucking care. Fuck that hoe. Dare you.
All right.
It's like it follows too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ugh. And now, how many views did this get? This got 2.4K upvotes. We're fucked. There's no way. I don't have enough viewers for that. What do you mean? There's no way. Even if we put this on fucking YouTube, the whole thing, the video, and title it "Please Watch," there's no way. We're fucked. We're all gonna die. How many viewers do I have right now? 9 viewers. All 12 of us are fucked. If someone listening right now has a bigger platform than me, please
Please.
help
I don't want
us.
to die.
They have children. I don't.
I don't
have
want
a
to get
good shit
loitered
dog.
by little parasite boy and his sister.
I don't want to get.
I think they're just vampires. We could live our whole
I don't
life.
want to get killed by Team
Really?
Edward Cullen. Please.
There's some glitter on it.
Oh my goodness.
Like
All
a
right.
little misfortune. Shut down. All right. Well,
I need to run ads.
Okay. That concludes episode 3 of Odious Orations. I'm so glad you're here, and if you enjoyed it, give me a like, give me a comment. You know, if we clear now, we have to beat 2.4K views, and that's not even. We don't know how many. You know, we don't know. Yeah. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, all those good things. Thank you so much for being here. I love you.